Yeah, so we are going to start now. So let's say we have a circle with some radius r. So the area of the circle is how much?
Pi
Pi r square. So now, if the radius will start growing in value, the radius is increasing. So if the radius will grow, the area will also grow. Now the question is, if the radius will grow by slight value dr, then how much area will grow? So let's say we are interested in finding the rate of change of area as the radius is increasing its value in, let's say, in form. So what is dA by dt? What you can say dA by dt? So dA by dt is how much?
difference is not pi.
Pi to 2 pi r.
2 pi r into dr by dt, because you are differentiating with time, not r. Okay. So you got 2 pi r because of the differentiation with r.
Sir, 2
And
minutes.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sir, dt is what? dt.
So we are differentiating with respect to time, right? So when you write dA by
Sir, 2
dt,
pi r into dr by dt.
correct. So d by dt of pi r square, and then use the chain rule that d by dr of pi r square multiplied by dr by dt, and we know that this we can differentiate. So pi will be taken out because it's a constant. So what you left with is dA by dt is equals to pi is outside, and d by dr of r square is 2r, right? So this is what we got.
Sir, for that we are should be given dA by dt and then we can find out dr by dt.
Correct, or vice versa. So they may give you dr by dt. Okay, so let's say they will give you, okay, the radius is growing at this rate, and then find the rate of change of area if the r is this much. So for some r. So now what if we can see that uh, the dr by dt will become 1 by 2 pi r into dA by dt. So imagine that if the dA by dt is constant, imagine the rate is, the increase of area is fixed. So you may be increasing at a rate of 2 meter per second square, 2 meters per second. So let dA by dt is equals to 2 meter square per second. Some this is the unit of area is meter square. So the area is growing with this rate, and now this is constant. So what is the dr by dt?
1 by pi r.
Correct. So I'll just remove the unit value because that's not good. So it's 2 by 2 pi, so it's 1 by pi r. Now, if you look carefully, that if I look at the graph of dr by dt,
7 by 22 r.
yeah, and if I plot the graph versus r, so as r will grow in value, the rate of the dr by dt will decrease in value, isn't it? As r will increase, the rate of change of radius will not be significant because we are fixing the area. And if you draw the graph, what it will look like? What it looks like is this. It's called hyperbolic graph. It's called hyperbolic graph. So dr by dt will decrease with r. So if r is really big, then you won't see change of area much. Now this is a very common example. Let's say when you inflate a balloon, Sorry. When you inflate a balloon, it pops very quick in the beginning, but afterwards it will not increase size, at the same rapid rate, right? So have you observed this?
So on
effect?
y-axis it is rate of change in radius.
Yeah. So the rate will decrease. It does not mean the radius is decreasing. Radius is always increasing, but the way it is increasing is not as it was in the beginning. So when you start increasing the area, the radius will grow very fast. But if the rate of change of area we keep as constant, then what you can realize that to add the same amount of area, we need not to increase the radius by same value. In fact, a very small change in radius can add up really large area to it, because as the circumference will grow, even the slightest change can increase the area tremendously. Okay, you got my point? No. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So which one is bigger, two 7-inch pizza or one 14-inch pizza? Tell me which one is bigger, two 7-inch pizza or one 14-inch pizza?
So I did not got your question.
My question is, I have given you two 7 inches pizza. Now 7-inch means the diameter of the pizza will be 7 inch. That's the idea. Okay. So when you go and buy the pizza with the size, they quote the diameter of the pizza. So when I say you have been given two pizza of 7-inch size, or you have
Yeah,
been
sir.
given one.
Pizza of 7-inch
So
size.
one
40 size will be of means of 3.5, 3.5. So it will be 114-inch pizza.
so
Okay,
one
so
14-inch pizza will be big.
Yeah,
A
sir.
14-inch pizza will be
uh,
bigger.
it will be much bigger. In fact, not only just bigger,
Yes, sir.
because the area is pi r square. So we have 2 into pi into 7 square. Just keep it simple. So it is like 4998 pi. And if it
Sir,
is
it's
14,
almost 5 times bigger. The 14.
yeah, exactly. So it's 156 pi. So you can imagine that how much 14 square is 156. That's correct.
No, 196.
196. Yeah.
So 196.
So you can imagine it's almost double the size of two 7-inch pizza. Okay, so if you go and buy a pizza, then you must look at the area proportionality, and then you can understand that which one is more budget, okay, or more you can say fair in terms of pricing. So number matters. Okay, everything we can calculate with numbers anyway. Now the idea is, if the radius is really large, then to add 2 meter square, the change of radius is very small. It's like very small. In fact, a slightest change in the radius, maybe by fraction of a centimeter, can make the area change by this value, because the area is fixed. Okay. Now, from the same formula, we should also derive something very interesting, like dA by dt. We got is 2 pi r dr by dt. If I remove dt from both sides, then we can say that the change in area is how much? 2 pi r dr. So I can remove this and dt from both sides. So I can also rewrite like this. What does it mean? It means if the gap is dr, you can see the diagram here. Look at this. This is dr length. So if the white part, you can see the portion which is white. This is the gap I have shown. So the inner radius and the outer radius will have a gap. Can you see that? So we have
Yes,
gap
sir.
between this. Just wait, I'll just make it complete.
Sir, this red part you wrote, can you explain once again?
Yeah, just a moment. So now,
So we can
so
cut
now,
like this on both sides,
yeah,
DT.
yes, yes. No, not cut. It's like you can add dA equals to 2 pi r dr, and you can add dt by dt like this. And we know the dt by dt is how much? 1 by definition. D by dx of x is how much? 1. So d by dt of t is how much? 1. So anything which is d by d dabba of dabba is always 1. So that's why we are not cutting it, but rather we are writing as a differentiation. And so this formula is pretty valid, or you can think that way that you can cut, but you're not cutting it. You're doing some mathematics, and you can think okay as if you're cutting it. So that's totally okay, not an issue. Now, if I remove this portion, let me color that portion. That will be better idea. So I am coloring that part. Now that is a very thin part. That's dr is so small. Mathematically, dr means as good as 0. So that is very small. Imagine if I cut that part. If I slice a knife from here, if I cut it, and if I open it, it look like something like this. So you can see that this cut will be spread like a rectangle, right? Like this. So if you cut from there, it will just come outside as a rectangle, isn't it? Like this. I hope you can understand this part. Is this clear? So if I cut the layer of dr thickness, if I cut the layer of dr thickness from the circle, and if I stretch it, I can see a rectangle. So can you tell me what is the length of rectangle? What is the length of
Circumference.
It will be
Circumference.
dA.
correct? It's a 2 pi r.
Sir,
And what
how?
is the width? Because what is the circumference of the circle?
Sir, the height is, I mean,
2 pi r
dr.
only.
Sir, dr.
No, not
The
dr.
width. So
We
width
take the
of.
radius as r. We take radius as r. So we don't add dr. So radius is r. So what is the perimeter of the circle? It's 2 pi r.
2 pi r, yes.
So no,
So
I'm
when
saying the width of the.
yeah, the width is dr. Correct. Very good. So can you tell me what is the area of this rectangle?
No, wait, no.
Pardon?
2 pi r into dr.
Sir, you gave
Exactly.
width as dr actually.
Yeah. So dr I have written already. So the area of this small strip will be how much? 2
2
pi
pi
2
r.
pi
r.
into dr.
Into dr.
So that is same as that of this.
Exactly. So that is what we are writing. That is what we are writing here. So dA is called the elementary area between r and r plus dr. So that orange area is equals to 2 pi r dr, and it's very easy to find. Whatever be the shape of the object, when we cut a very thin slice, we can always stretch into a rectangle, and the area of rectangle will give you the area of that thin slice, and therefore there is a formula for it. You can say the formula is the perimeter into thickness gives the area. That's simple. Perimeter into thickness gives the area of this
Sir, I
circle. So
calculated the second one.
pardon?
Sir, I have calculated the second one. Can you say it's right or not?
Second one, okay. From where? From the question I gave.
Sir, yes.
Okay.
So dv is equal to 4 pi
Yeah,
r squared of dr.
correct. Very good. Very good. That's perfectly correct. So in the second question, the volume is of a sphere is how much?
4 pi r cube.
4 by 3
4
pi r cube.
by 3 pi r cube. Okay, so what is the dv by dt then?
4 pi
d
r
by
square
dt
dr by dt.
is 4 by 3 pi
4
r
by 3
d r square.
d by dt of r cube, right? So now you can use the chain rule. You can add d by dr of r cube into dr by dt. So what are you getting here? 4
4
by
pi r
3.
square into dr by dt.
Yeah, correct. This will cancel out. So now if you remember what is 4 pi r square, anyone who remembers what is 4 pi r square?
Yes, sir. The so that total surface area of
Yeah, of a
sphere.
sphere. Correct. Very good. So the dv we can write as, if I remove the dt from both sides, what we can write dv as 4 pi r square dr. So the change in volume is equal to 4 pi r square dr. Now there is other way of thinking like this.
So
So
can
it's
we
like
remove dt anytime?
yeah, if it is same on both sides, you can always remove. Okay, so now what is the physical meaning of this? Let me try to explain the meaning. Imagine you have an orange. Okay, you have an orange.
Sir, it is the same, but in the same as you explained in the before, but it is in
Correct,
the
correct.
sphere form and in
Three
volume.
dimension. Yeah, it's in 3 dimensions. That's it. So now in orange we have a peel. So this is the peel of an orange. So inside is the juice part, and other is the peel part. And the peel part, you can say it's a really thin, right? It's a very very thin layer. So if I compare this radius, just a minute. If I compare this radius of the orange with the thickness of the peel, which is really really thin. So if I say this as r, I can say this thickness as dr. Okay. So now if I cut the, or if I peel off this orange, and if I spread the all peel on a surface, what will be the total area of the peel?
Sir, 4 pi r square. Sir, 4
Correct.
pi r square into dr.
Correct. So now when you spread the peel over the surface, and if I cut into a very nice piece to make it like a square, rectangle, or whatever, then this is 4 pi r square in area. In total, this is the area, and the thickness will act as height. So the height is dr, and the area is 4 pi r square. So what is the formula of volume? If you learn, volume is defined as
Volume is equal
area
to
of, yeah, tell me.
area into dr, which is 4 pi r square
Correct.
dr.
Exactly. Area into thickness is called volume. So now this formula is something which we need to learn, that the volume we can write as area into thickness, and this way of writing will help you always while deriving the formula of physics. So whenever we come across some difficult challenging formula, if you know how to write the area thickness as volume and perimeter thickness as area, so you can actually derive any formula in physics. So this is really crucial. I mean, this is very very crucial to actually master the mathematical part of physics. So physics will have two parts. One is called mathematical part, which will have lots of integration, differentiation, and derivation, and other is called theory part, which you need to have the concepts. Okay. So someone who is very good with the mathematical part can always at least score 60 to 70% marks in any JEE advanced examination. And someone who is really good with the concepts can actually get almost 80 to 90% in JEE advanced examination. And if you are good with both, then you can qualify JEE just like a piece of cake. Now, IIT is actually very easy, to be very honest. Why it is difficult and challenging for many, and why students are not, qualifying easily? The reason is not that it's difficult. The reason is when I will end the syllabus of physics, and so it will happen for chemistry and mathematics. By that time, it will become really huge. Now, when something comes really huge in terms of volume, then students tend to forget half of it. So now, who can qualify the JEE with ease? Okay, with ease, the one who knows the derivation can qualify with ease, because you can remember the concept, but the mathematical ability you have to develop from now only. And let me tell you one more thing, that physics is all about 11th. The 12th physics is really, really easy. And the 12th physics we actually finish in 4 to 5 months. And for 1.5 years, we only teach 11. So keep in mind that you guys are learning the most challenging part of physics, which is the foundation. 12th is actually nothing. It's just application of what you're going to learn here only. So do not keep this notion that 12th is difficult or 12th requires some extraordinary ability and all. No. What you need to learn is only 11th. And in 11th also, I'm saying the most difficult part is mechanics. But if you can sail through all these beginning chapters with ease, trust me, after this, no one is going to stop you from qualifying any competition, and that too with very less effort, I would say. So mathematical part, you have to be very careful and very, work as hard as possible, solve as many questions as I give. Try to actually go through each and every question. Try to even search for extra questions because you have finished everything. So if you can increase your hunger and the fire, then hopefully you will love this process of learning called JE preparation. So now you can see the volume of this is the thin shell of a sphere. We say this is the thin shell. The dark peel of this sphere, the volume is how much? 4 pi r square dr. That's very interesting. So now this kind of concept is very, very, useful as we move to the next topic called integration. Okay. Now if you go to the third question. What is the third question?
Sir, I solved the fourth one.
Very good.
Sir, the
So
fourth one
third
answer
is
is 314 mm per minute.
I also got the same.
very good. So I think answer is given at the last page of this PDF. You can go and check there. It's or no, fourth is not given. Only odd number of question answers are given. So let me see this question. Fourth, you have solved fourth, right? A circular plate of metal is heated in an oven so that its radius increases at a rate of this per minute. At what rate is the plate's area increasing when the radius is 50 centimeter? Okay, so that's we did right. Okay, okay, all right. So this is okay, fine. And now you can solve. I think. Uh, 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 can you solve question number? Uh, uh, you can solve question number maybe 6. Oh, it's good to solve 7. 7 question. Uh,
So how much time to solve?
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Question number 7. Solve question number 7. And then we'll solve question number 12 after this. And we'll also solve 10 questions. We'll solve 16 questions today. The rest you will try. Then I'll go to the next chapter afterwards. This is very, very important questions. Okay, so I think Atharv has lost the connection, maybe. Are you guys doing it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can you solve this one? Then we can attempt the next sums.
Okay, you have solved seventh?
Sir, no. I mean, can you solve the ninth one so that we can get an idea how to solve this type of questions? Then we can try
Okay,
the
okay.
seventh 12, 10.
Okay, okay. So which question you want me to solve? Tell me.
It's ninth one.
So in
9.
18th question, sir, I got the answer of dy by dt, but sir, how to find the direction?
Okay, that we can see. Okay, which question you are saying talking about?
So ninth one.
18th, sir.
Actually, you're solving 18th. Why are you going to 18th question?
So directly first 18, then 10, 12, then 14.
No, no, just go slowly, slowly. Don't go to the last. Always, build your muscles slowly. Don't go for the deadlift in the beginning. It will damage you. Okay, deadlift. Okay. So let V be the. Okay, I'm solving the question number. I think we have done ninth question in class.
Sir, no.
Uh, Actually, yes, but in a different way. Of course, we have done in a different way. So
Yes,
it's a
sir.
ladder problem. It's a ladder
It's a
problem, and
ladder problem.
yeah, it's a ladder problem. And what they have given is x equals to 4t. So what is the dx by dt?
40.
What is dx by dt?
Oh,
X is
sorry,
4.
4.
4. So the dx by dt was the velocity of the bottom of the ladder, if you remember, right? The
Yes,
dx
sir.
by dt. So then you can.
So then
Okay.
we found out the relation, which is x square plus y
Yeah.
square is equal to z square. Then
Correct. Correct.
there is a
And
constant
then
term.
correct. And then differentiate it. So then do whatever you want. So ninth is we have done actually. So I'll not go for ninth.
So can you
So I
please
will go
solve
for
one time?
I will show something else then. In that case. Okay, let me solve question number seventh. Okay, seventh is a good one. So seventh question says a baseball diamond is a square 90 feet on one side. Okay, figure is 3.56. Okay, so below is the figure, you can see dimension. Okay, so we have this baseball, second base. So normally the baseball stadium is like this one. The first, home, and it's a diamond. It's a square actually, and the players will run on this edge from the first base to they run to
So
score
just
runs.
one question I have solved half. Sir, what to take constant? Just that only. Then I can solve the remaining.
Okay, so you can take the side length.
So which 91? This first to second base
Yeah,
one.
the 90 feet is fixed, not constant. So let me see, just let me see. Okay. So the rate at which you're growing, see this, if I say this as x, so the dx by dt is 16 feet per second, right? So question is, what is the rate of the player distance from the third base? If you join this, so this will have some value, let's say, you can say take anything, s. So if you go along this line at this rate, so what is the ds by dt? That's the question. So I think the better way of doing this question will be, uh, I think you can do this way. If you choose this distance as x, this is the Pythagoras. So this and this we can relate, and this we can say as y, and I can just change this to make it slightly. Oh no, what happened this? What happened this? Oh, okay. So I'll just show you something interesting to make the calculation easy. So what do we know that the dy by dt is given to you 60, and x plus y is 90, So dx by dt plus dy by dt is 0. So dx by dt is minus dy by dt. And because dy by dt is 16, so dx by dt is minus 16. And that's obviously because as you go towards the second base, the rate of x will be, the x will decrease, so the rate is negative. So now what you can do next is you can use the Pythagoras. So in Pythagoras, you can write as s square equals to x square plus 90 square, and then again you can go the usual stuff which you know. So 2s ds by dt is 2x ds x by dt, and that's 0. So what we have here? So we have ds by dt is equals to x upon s dx by dt. Now this is what we have, and let's see what they ask. So assign the variables to the distances between the player and the second and third bases. See, this is exactly we did. So the variable I have assigned is x and s. X is the distance from second base, and s from the third base. So that's very interesting. We did exactly what it said. What are the values of the variables at the time in the question? So what is the time in the question? When the player is 30 feet from the first base. So 30 feet means at y equals to 30, what is dx by dt, what is ds by dt, and so on. I think ds by dt itself. So what are the values of the variables? Okay, they're asking the variables. So what is x? So when y is 30, what is s? What is x? Can you tell me what is s and x?
Sir,
Hmm.
X is
Yes, x is. Come on, what is x? That's pretty
sir,
obvious
y
question.
minus 90, which is 90 minus 5, which is 60.
Correct. So why are you waiting for? And now because x is known to you is 60 and the other side is 90. Can you find s now? What is s from here?
Yes, sir, dx by dt is equal to minus 16. So
Oh my God, I'm asking s, not the rate. I'm asking what is s value? S
sir,
value.
by that we can find out. No, that only I'm saying.
Yeah. So how much?
S is equal to uh, S is equal to S square is equal to X square plus 90 square. So therefore 90 square is
So
Yeah. So
11700 under.
all right. So you can take 30 outside
One.
and 2 square plus 3 square. 9 plus 4 is 13. So 30 root 13, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. All right, so we got the x, we got the s. So now we can substitute here. X is 60. 30 root 30 minus 16. So we got 32 minus 32. So when y is 30 feet, then the ds by dt is this much. When that, for this condition, we are finding the answer. Okay. So let's see. So how are the variables related? So this is the relation. This is the B part of the question. This is the B part. The A part is this one. The x and x. This assumption is A part. How are the derivatives of the variables related? So now this is the third part, C part.
so answer
And we
is
calculate the rate. Yeah, this is the answer. B
minus
part.
32.
By root, not root 30.
So after multiplying by root 13 into the minus 32 root 13 by 3. 13.
You are saying minus 32 root 13 by 3 by root 30 by 30.
Minus 32 root 13 by 3.
Very rationalized.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So, so check the answer. I think that's easy only. What are the question number 7? So is it 117, 170? 9, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's 10 into, yeah, 13 is 13 into 9 is 117. That's fine. All right, so that's our answer is correct. That's totally okay. So all answers are matching. All right, fine.
So now
Okay.
which question should we try?
You should try question number. Just let me check. Which you should try. Can you try question number 10? Because that's a really difficult question, and then I will definitely help you. But before I help you, you can start thinking about the problem. At least just read the question. Oh. Okay, go for question number 10. So I'm giving you 5 minutes to think at least. I know it's difficult, and I'm not expecting anything. But if you can do something, if you can even in fact come to the equation also, that will be really great. So now see that what is the trick here is how to assume variables. That is the
So
trick.
can we
Like,
try first?
of course you will try first. I will not do the solution before you haven't tried. So the rule is you have to think about what to assume so that we can obtain some kind of relation. So you can choose X, Y, Z, R, whatever. So who is losing the connection? Yeah, I think Athar is losing the connection. Okay.
Sir, I
Yes.
almost got the answer. So what should I do now?
You got the answer?
I mean, I did the, sir, I
Okay.
mean, I am saying the steps which I did. Sir, I did
Okay.
dv by dt is equal to
Okay.
pi r square into dr by dt. Then
Very good.
dv by dt is given to us, that is 10 feet cube per minute. Then
Mhm.
dr by dt is also given to us, sir, because it is increase. Oh,
So how can an
one second.
altitude increase?
Sir, I did something wrong.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
So how can an altitude increase?
Because
Yes,
you're
sir,
pouring
it's a
sand.
conical height. No?
Come on, this is a very common thing. Like you go to your kitchen and you start pouring some grain or flour on a plate. So when you keep on pouring at a constant rate, the size will grow, isn't it?
Sir, what should I do now? I got 10 is equal to pi r square into dr by dt.
So then I think you're almost done. You got the answer.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir, I didn't understood how it increases.
because you are pouring the sand at a given rate, right? You're pouring it. You are just putting the sand like here, so it will take a shape of cone.
So, sir, how it is increasing? I didn't understood why.
Because you come on, because you're
Sir,
pouring,
that
adding value.
sir, that rate of dr by dt, and it is given that radius is half of altitude. So can I write
I'll tell
dr
you.
by dt as d of 2h by dt?
First of all, what is given? You need to realize what is given. If we have a cone, this is the altitude, this is the
Just
radius. Let's say this is h, this is r. So what is the volume of a cone?
sir, just one last question, sir.
I mean, you haven't answered the question because when you
Sir, I
pour
understood.
sand, then the height, the base, both will grow.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am just asking that uh, I got dr by dt, and it is given in the question that radius is, radius is half of the altitude. So can I write the
So,
dr by dt as?
Yes, tell
So,
me.
so can I write dr by d? So 2 minutes. I have to see the question.
Yeah.
sir, what is the reason it is increasing?
Okay. What is the reason? Have you read the question?
Yes, sir.
What question says?
After the sand is poured on the conical plane,
Yeah.
the alti- the altitude increases, and it is asking the rate, how fast it is increasing.
No, you haven't read the question. I mean, that's the problem. Question is sand falls onto a conical pile. So if you pour anything on surface, it will always take a conical pile. That's a very nature's way of doing things. Okay. So if you do not understand what is the meaning of conical pile, go to kitchen right now, right away. Take at least some wheat flour and start pouring slowly on a plate, slowly. Or you can take salt. That's best. The salt is more flowing. So take a salt and start pouring on a plate and see how the shape is changing. Then go and do this activity. It will help you in solving this question easily. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. It's really practical thing.
Not the answer. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I
So are
got
we putting
16
inside it
upon
or
5 pi.
outside?
See, the volume is given. Na? See, if you read the question, sand falls onto a conical pile at a rate of 10 feet cube per minute. What does it mean is you're adding 10 cubic feet of sand in 1 minute. So the when you add the sand, it will grow in value, in size, isn't it?
Sir, I got answer.
Okay,
Is
I'll
it
just
right?
check.
1.019.
Okay, okay, fine. So is this your doubt clear or not? Like, are you still confused why it is growing?
No, sir.
So you haven't understood.
No, sir.
What is your doubt? Like why it is growing?
Yeah, sir, because it is a fixed, altitude will be fixed always.
Why it will fix? Can you explain?
If altitude is not fixed, then its radius should decrease if it is increasing then.
Okay, I think you have got the entire concept differently. Maybe you have some different idea about what is written there. Question is saying that you have a pile. Pile means it's not some rigid object. You're pouring something, so it will take a shape of piles. That's why I'm going to go to kitchen, perform this task, and come back to me. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Can you go to kitchen and do what I'm saying? Take salt, start pouring on the any plate. Can you do this activity for me?
Sir,
Can you
but
do
to
yes or
form a
no?
pile on a sir, but to form a pile on the big plate, it would take much sound.
No, no, you don't need much. You just go and do
Small,
get
very
it.
small plate.
You can take you can take whatever plate size. It doesn't matter. I mean, okay, how to say this? This is something very common. Like you are pouring something, so it will grow. So why it is growing is out of question. Like you're pouring sand, so it will grow in size. That's simple. There is no cone. See, you're not putting on a cone. It's like a plate, and I'm pouring something here from top. So it will fall like this in the beginning, but it will take a short step. It will take. So when you pour too much, then it will take a shape of a cone like this. Understood? No.
Okay, the
Yes,
salt,
yes.
the sand formed above it will increase its altitude, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Acha,
So
that thing. I thought that the cone itself is increasing.
no, no, no. If you keep on pouring, it will grow in value like this. If you pour more value sand, then it will become even bigger, bigger, bigger like this.
Okay, sir.
So I
Sir,
understood that what was the confusion, but that's why I said go and perform it. Like very common.
sir, can I say my steps? What did I do?
Yeah, you can change. You can just say I'll change.
Sir, I have written it in a very. Sir, can I say
Okay.
the steps?
Pardon? Yeah, you can say. You can say.
Sir, so I got dv by dt is equal to
Mhm.
uh, pi r square into dr by dt.
First of all, what is the volume of a cone?
1 by 3 pi r cube.
1 by 3 pi r.
Q.
Cube.
Sir,
No,
TV will be
Pi r square.
the
Sir,
formula is
sorry,
1
pi
by
r
3 pi r
square.
square h.
H.
And h is given as 2r. If you look from here, h is 2r. So I can convert into one variable. So the answer is 2 by 3 pi r cube. And now the dv by dt is given already. So what we get is dr by dt, you will get is dv by dt divided by 2 pi r square. And what they're asking is what is dh by dt. So if I differentiate this one, I'll get 2 times dr by dt. And because I know the dr by dt, I can replace by dv by dt upon 2 pi r square. So dh by dt is dv by dt upon,
Sorry, same answer. I did
yeah,
the
very.
same steps.
Then
Sir,
that's
I had
perfectly
just
correct.
one question that we can substitute like R as to H in between the differentiation.
Before, yeah, you can do, yeah, of course, you can convert into one variable, no? Because we have two variables, so we cannot different, like we can differentiate, but it's good to convert into one variable because of the relation given. And this relation is always true. It's not like it is only true for one value. It is always
Yeah.
true, so we can always replace.
So next question, which to open? Which to
Then you
attempt?
can do the question number. I think 12 is good. 12. You can try 12. Try question number 12.
So first we have to find a relation like that distance formula, no? X2
Correct.
minus X1. Like,
Correct. Correct. So to solve this question, you have to first find the relationship in terms of variable. Then of course you can differentiate. So there is always true.
so,
Correct.
but we have to put the values given, no? That
Yeah.
at x comma 0 and 0 comma 1.
No, in the beginning, you will take as a variable, and then when you have differentiated already, then you can put the value afterwards.
Okay, so now I have to differentiate this x square minus x minus x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y minus y1 the whole square under root.
Yes, yes,
Then
yes.
I have to
Correct.
sir here are two variables, so I should do it with partial derivation.
No, no, no. You have to find the. You have to just differentiate both and then substitute the value, because I think both variables are given. So you are differentiating with time. So you will not use the partial derivative. You use the exact derivative. You have to use the chain rule everywhere.
Sir,
Hmm.
uh, sir, that x2 minus x1 plus y2 under root I differentiated with respect to x2 minus x1 ka whole square plus y2 minus y1 ka whole square.
You
Then
are
I
only.
different.
Wait. Let me check. What you're doing is you're solving question number 12, right?
Yes.
So just a minute. What you're doing is not required. So we have y-axis, we have x-axis. So point A moves along the x-axis. So let's say A is here at a distance x from the origin at a constant rate of a feet per second. So dx by dt is a,
Sir, can I
and b,
Pythagoras?
yeah. So b is moving along the y-axis, and dy by dt is given as b. So both are given. So find how the first the distance between them is changing with.
Sir, yes, I was first calculating with distance formula. That's why.
No, why distance from now? Because this is simple, na? This is a is there, b is there. So what is their separation? S.
Yes.
That's it. So how to write a s, x, and y relation? That's simple, Pythagoras. So now we can write s square equals to x square plus y square. Now here both are all three are variables. Everything is variable. So if you differentiate with time, you get ds by dt, dx by dt, dy by dt. So all two will cancel out. So what they are asking is what is ds by dt? That's it. They're asking this answer. So, and now you can just substitute the value a b. So answer is ax plus by upon s, and we can further write this as
So yes, I got the same answer.
very good. This is the answer. So if this is your answer, that's perfectly correct, and it's pretty easy actually.
Yes.
So I think 13 is again, but let's do the question 13. Although it's easy, but it's good for you to practice easy question also. So do 13 question.
Sir, I got the answer.
Okay. So what is the answer?
Sir, I got 0.883 feet per minute.
13. So you can check the answer. It's given. 13 answer is given. 13 answer is say 25 upon 9 pi, so which is I think 25 divided by is 0.884, right?
Yes, so 0.883 I got.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, fine. That's correct answer. So you should do some easy problem practice because that's very important. Um, Solve question number 15. See, all questions will have almost same type, so you can do it easily. Solve question number 15. Done.
Sir, I got the equation by Pythagoras. So I'm
Yeah. And then differentiate. No? So always assume x and y and then differentiate.
X, Y, and S. I mean, I have differentiated them. I got 15x plus 66y upon x upon s is equal to dy by dt. Sorry, ds by dt. But
Okay.
now, sir, but now what should I do? I know the x value, but I don't know the y and s value.
Okay, let me do this then. No, not an issue. So question number, but which question was this?
15.
15, yeah. So a balloon is at 200 feet off the ground and rising vertically. So the balloon is already at that height when the question is stated, and it is rising with 15 feet per second. So if I choose that as y, so dy by dt is 15 feet per second. All right, so let's do the diagram. That's again easy. So the balloon is at some height, and this height we can say as y, and dy by dt is
15 feet per second.
that is easy. And
And dx by dt is
yeah,
66 feet per second.
correct. So
So dx by dt, no?
I'm reading. Okay, okay, fine. So now the car is somewhere here, and the car is going with this. I can say from bottom, this you can say x. So yeah, dx by dt is this much. So now you can choose this is y axis. X. So what is the gap between the two? Again, it's the
X
same
square
question, right?
plus x square is equal to.
A square is y square, and then differentiate. Like I'm writing directly because
Half of that. S into dx by dt into is equal to y into dy by dt.
and now because x is given when y is 200 feet.
Yeah. Or 200 into 15. 3.
Wait.
So that
And x
there
is
are
given.
two variables.
They just
Sir, x is
1 second later. So 1 second after 1 second, x will be how much? You're traveling 16 feet per second. So in 1 second, you will travel how much? 66 feet. So
66.
this is
Sir, I got this one.
so now you can use the Pythagoras. You can use Pythagoras
Sir,
or
I will solve.
okay. You can say this is theta. So you can add the ds by dt is y by s dy by dt plus x by s dx by dt, and I think y by s is y by s is 200 by under root of the entire, and the
And
dy
x
by
is
dt is
66 upon
correct.
into 66.
And correct,
So
66.
same answer then I got.
Yeah, then this is the right answer. This is absolutely correct answer. So similarly, now we can solve some of the tough question. So probably you should solve question number. You can try the question number 7. I mean 18, and then we can do 17. First try 18. Now probably you have to draw a circle. Then you can relate the relation. You know, in a circle we know that radius act as a constant value. So you can always draw Pythagoras in circle. So let's say this is the x comma y of circle.
So can we try?
Yeah, you can try. I'm just giving you a basic hint. This is what you could draw and think of. All right, so try this question.
Sir, I got the answer.
Okay.
Sir, sir, with if it is traveling with y velocity, then it is rotating anti-clockwise.
So dx by dt is y, and
Sir, my dy by dt is minus x, and my second answer is anti-clockwise
hmm,
according to the minus x.
okay. Just.
Sir, there is no one in the meeting.
Okay, I think no one is there. Okay, so yeah. So what you are saying once again?
Sir, my first dy by dt is minus x, and my second answer is anti-clockwise. Particle is moving anti.
Okay, because the dx by dt is y, so as time is increasing, x is increasing. Okay, so okay.
X square plus y square is equal to 1. Then 1 is constant, so it will become 0. Then dx by dt is given as y, so xy is equal to minus y into dy by dt. Xy upon minus y is equal to dy by dt minus is equal to dy by dt.
Okay. So if that's perfectly fine. So if you differentiate, so you got x dx by dt plus y dy by dt equals to 0, and it is written that dx by dt is y. Xy plus y dy by dt is 0. So dy by dt is minus xy. So we cancel out. So dy by dt is how much? Minus x. So if x is positive, then y is negative. The dy by dt is negative. The y is decreasing, right?
Yes, sir.
So x is increasing and y is decreasing. So how, when it is possible? X is increasing. X is so dx by dt is, this is y, and dy by dt is minus x. So it's a y minus x. So you are here actually, right? This is coordinate is minus x y. Y component is down. So in a way you can think is the y component is down and x is up. X is right. So which quadrant will be this? So you're going this way.
No.
You're going this way, clockwise. You know, you're the direction. I'm finding the direction. The idea is your x component. You see, your x component is positive, and y component is coming out to be negative. So you're trying to go this and this way. So you must be moving this way somewhere. So your direction is clockwise.
So can you explain this again?
Yeah, sure. Not an issue. So here, what is given already that dx by dt is y. Okay.
Yes.
So let's say x and y are positive values. So if x and y are positive value, then dx by dt is also positive.
Yes.
Now, if I differentiate, we get a dy by dt as minus x, which means this is negative.
Yes. One is positive, one is negative.
Yeah. So
In the fourth quadrant.
correct. So in terms of direction only, not the quadrant part. In terms of direction, we have the x component is positive. So dx by dt is positive. So you're trying to go towards right axis. So you're trying to move along the x-axis, and you're trying to move along the minus y-axis like this. So actually, you're moving in between. So if I choose the point P here, and if I look at the sign of the motion, so you're trying, if you try to go this way, then only x will grow, right? If you try to go right, the x will increase.
Yes, sir.
And if you try to come down, y will decrease.
Yes.
So you're trying to move clockwise. That's the answer.
Yes.
So that's a difficult part.
Sir, I got very confused. I mean, I
Yeah.
got that minus x. Then I got confused that I took x as the theta,
Yes.
and I got minus, so I consider it as minus
Good.
theta, and minus theta comes when we rotate my anti-clockwise. That's why. That's why I said it as anti-clockwise.
Okay, okay, no problem. So now this is clear. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
I think, see, everyone is not able to attend lecture. Maybe they are facing connection issue. And now how much time is this? This
So
is
may I
very long.
call Harshit?
Yeah, you can call Harshit. Just inquire if they are going to join. Yes, today's lecture I'll cancel then in that case, because there is no point in teaching everything if they are not able to attend. Just ask.
Sir, my network was gone, so I could not join. Like beach, mein I was disconnected.
Yeah, actually, you're facing a lot of connection issue today. Ask Harshit if he is also facing. If we all are facing issues, then probably we can end lecture today here only. And okay, that's not an issue. So one lecture we can manage, because I cannot start the next chapter because it's very crucial and all must be here. If you miss one chapter, it will be very difficult to actually come back and understand this chapter. So integration is very difficult, and we need to actually learn from very deep level of understanding. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
He is not feeling well, so he's asleep.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Okay. So fine. I mean, if you have some doubt, you can ask. Else, I'll just end the lecture here.
Oh, yes.
Because even Atharva is also facing. I mean, Atharva is also facing the connection issue.
Sir, so the final conclusion for all this derivation is first we have to find just one relation,
Correct.
and
Correct.
then we have to then we have to differentiate it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well,
That's the idea. That's the idea. So it is always, see, the rate measure chapter is all about finding the relation, and in most of the case you will see it's a Pythagoras, okay, or some trigonometry you have to use at max. So the idea is very limited, and if you practice a bit, you will actually get a hang of it, and this hang will help you a lot in physics. So
sir, and
I
if log comes in terms of x, then we have to take log as a constant term.
no, you have to differentiate log. So you have to use the chain rule. You have to differentiate log first, then again write the dx.
Okay.
So that is always there. See, if I okay, for that reason, let me write down. If you say that y is equals to ln x, so dy by dt is how much? So you have to add d by dt of ln x, and that will come d by dx of ln x into d by dx by dt. So that will
1
become
upon x into
1 by x
x
dx.
by dt.
Correct. So anything which comes, you have to differentiate. It's not like you can take as constant. So except the partial derivative that we discussed, if you're not doing the partial derivative, do not take that concept elsewhere. It may affect your answer. Okay. Okay, guys. So today's lecture I'm ending because I think you all should come fresh and energetic, and then we'll start the second concept of calculus called integration.
So what does integration basically means?
Integration simply means summation, to add something. That's it. So if you want to add something, That's called integration. Okay.
Okay.